What's up, viewers? Sorry, me and Sam are here to give you another discussion and review. Today we're covering Arrow Season 4, Episode 4, called Beyond Redemption. Today we had a look at the relationships between the characters. I think that was the main focus of this episode, rather than the focus on Damien Darhk or some other villain. It was kind of focusing on the characters themselves. Mm-hmm. So we'll start our timer and get into the spoilers. Because spoilers.
Okay, so the episode sort of starts out with Oliver telling the group that he wants to become the mayor, and they're all like, they didn't believe him, I guess. They thought it was a joke.
Yeah, because pretty much everything they said was like concerns I had with him running for mayor. Because it's just he doesn't he's not a politician. He didn't graduate college, as he said.
Yeah,
he's not very qualified, but he's the only one who will run.
Mm-hmm.
So
and so after he tells them that, he tells them he has another surprise for them, and they all go down to like the new lair, I guess. Finally. So we get to see...
I thought the new layer looked cool.
Yeah.
Because Felicity said Cisco came and helped, and so it kind of looks like... It kind of has that Star Labs.
Cisco's from Flash also.
Yeah, Cisco from Flash, a character from Flash. Because it has like this central hub where all the computers are. I mean, it doesn't look like some grungy old basement like it used to be, and now it looks, high-tech and cool. They got lots of guns and bows and workout equipment. So yeah, I did think the new their new base of operations is cool, but it also had some like computer glitches, which was kind of a plot point, that they were having trouble tracking down the bad guys because they were having these computer glitches. I mean, who were the bad guys this episode?
So the bad guys were just corrupt cops, because the city's been like falling apart and cops don't really mean anything now, and they're not getting paid as much. So basically this group of cops got together and they're just, I guess they're taking down bad guys and stealing drugs so that they can sell it for money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much everything about them. It seems like the leader of the cops, she's like really good at fighting and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, they were using like the vigilante task force gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she was good, like deflecting the arrows with her blades.
Really good at using a gun and stuff too.
Yeah. So because none of the corrupt cops were cops we really knew. They were all just kind of anonymous, and at the end, Detective Lance kind of gives this dramatic speech about justice and hope and all this stuff, so that the leader of the cops, the bad cops, kind of just turns herself in to face justice, because she realizes what she did is wrong, and that the only way for Star City to survive is for people to still have hope. So that wasn't that entertaining.
Yeah. They weren't like main bad guys or anything, and
yeah, I mean, at first,
sort of side story.
At the start of the episode, I thought they were ghosts who had infiltrated infiltrated the police force, but they weren't even that. They were just bad cops. Cops gone bad. So one of the character relationships we saw was Laurel. She tells her dad that she doesn't want to keep any more secrets from him. And so she brings him to Sara, who's still like a rabid dog. It's like chained up in the basement.
Locked up in Laurel's apartment basement.
Yeah, and Detective Lance is like kind of freaked out about it, understandably. But again, those parts were kind of slow, except for the part where Detective Lance like asked Damien Darhk about it, because Damien Darhk is cool no matter what he's talking about. So I mean, Lance goes to Damien Darhk because he was once a member of the League of Assassins, and asks him if there's anything he can do to help Sara. And Damien Darhk says that it's not Sara anymore. That she's just not her, and that the best thing to do would be to put her down. And Lance almost does.
Yeah.
I mean, but then Laurel comes down and sees him, and they have this like dramatic crying scene where they're all crying, and Lance is like, "Oh, what am I doing?"
Yeah.
But then at the end, you find out Sara escaped,
Uh-huh.
and so that may turn out to be something that actually drives the plot in a future episode.
Yeah, I bet the next episode will be revolved around Sara and
Trying to find her.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. I'm still like,
because they can't just let her loose, I guess.
yeah. I mean, I guess I don't understand how she's going to recover, because so far everyone has said that she's not the same person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how that'll work out. I guess maybe just eventually she'll start learning again.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll always kind of be this bloodthirsty monster person.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. But we got a lot of Lance this episode, a lot of Detective Lance, because while he was talking to Damien Dark, Oliver saw him through the camera of a squad car, blah, blah, blah. But basically Oliver finds out that Lance is working with Damien Dark, and they have this argument that I thought was probably like the most intense part of the episode. Not even like the final fight was with the bad guys. I don't know their argument about how Oliver wanted Lance to be a better person.
Yeah, I think because they're in his apartment and they're yelling at each other, and I feel like Lance should have just kind of told Oliver everything, I guess, right there. Because that seems to always be the problem in all TV shows, is people are always just keeping secrets from other people.
Even when it would help them.
Yeah, so he should have just told them Sarah's down there and they threatened Laurel. But, Oliver also makes some really good points saying how he looked up to Lance, and now Lance seems to be like this secret bad guy, I guess, sort of.
Yeah, and then Oliver accuses him of always hiding behind his daughters and using his daughters as excuses. But so I thought that argument was interesting, but at the end of the day, Oliver wants Lance to keep working with Damien Dark so that they can find out how to get to Dark, because so far the only one to have even talked to him has been Lance, and so Oliver needs him to take down Damien Dark.
Mm-hmm.
So in this episode, we also kind of had a side story with Felicity, and she, the past few episodes, she's been getting these messages on her phone.
Yeah, it just looks like a corruption on her phone or something.
Yeah, but she has one of the R&D guys at Palmer Industries or Palmer Tech or whatever it is. Check it out, and apparently it's code from Ray Palmer's computer, and it turns out that it's a message. It's like the final. It's like his voice recording. It's a recording of his voice right before he died.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole episode, Felicity doesn't want to listen to it. But then this R&D guy, I can't remember his name, but he tells Felicity that that she should listen to it. He tells his own story about how his brother died and how he'd give anything to hear his brother's voice again. And he thinks Felicity should do the same thing to hear. I mean, we didn't really hear much this episode.
Yeah, you just see at the end she starts crying, I guess, to the message.
Mm-hmm. And all you hear the message say is, "I'm sorry, Felicity."
Uh-huh.
So I mean that's all we really got out of that. But maybe we'll see more of what the message said in a future episode.
We were thinking it means that Ray is trying to send her a message because he's shrunk right now.
Yeah, he's not dead. He's just shrunk because one of the Atom's powers is to shrink.
And they show it in Legends of Tomorrow, too, in the trailer. Yeah. They show him, saying, "Oh, I was just shrunk and stuff, and nobody can see me forever."
Yeah.
So that's probably...
Because, I mean, when you think about it, why would this coded message only target Felicity's phone?
Uh-huh.
And why would it direct to that message? I mean, I think that Ray is still, he obviously, he's still, there's something going on.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's something that is trying to contact Felicity because it's not like Ray's computer randomly turned on and randomly sent this code to Felicity that randomly led to this final voice recording. I mean, unless it's just all convenient because it's a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it means that Ray's still alive somehow. So yeah.
All right. So
at the end we had Oliver's mayor speech. Announcing his candidacy.
Yeah. So I guess he talks about his past life, saying how he doesn't have any reason to be mayor either because he didn't graduate from college. He admits it pretty much all to Star City. So, but it's a super powerful speech, I guess, and seems like he's gonna for sure make it as mayor, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It was a good note to end the episode on, I think, because it's this speech. It's kind of similar to what Detective Lance was saying to the cop.
Yeah.
And kind of similar to Oliver's own feelings. Or Thea wrote his speech, didn't she?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
About unity or
being united.
Yeah, united.
Yeah, and keeping each other up, and so we'll see how his race to be mayor turns out. But our timer's out, so we'll give our final score. And I'll give it I'm going to go with a 6. It was a pretty boring episode. We had a couple good moments with Oliver and Lance. Them, having this intense argument because Oliver feels, I think, is understandably feeling betrayed and wronged because of Lance working with Dark, but the bad guys weren't that great. The Sara and Laurel and Lance was blah, and it's just it was a pretty boring episode. So I'll go with the 6.
I'm gonna do a 6 too, just because it was a really slow episode. Nothing really big happened in it except for I guess Sara kind of escaping at the end. And us finding out that there's a little bit of evidence that Ray might be alive or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much the only big things in the episode, I felt like. And it was a pretty slow episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel.
Make sure to look forward to future review and discussion videos. Tell us what you thought about the latest episode in the comments. And we hope you stick with us for our other review and discussion videos.
Thanks for watching.
Bye!